Dude.
Yeah, you need a Red Bull? Oh, you got a Red Bull.
We got a big 16 ouncer tonight.
Dude, now you're not going to sleep.
Oh, I will sleep. Trust me.
These guys are getting up like 2 a.m. and shit.
Yeah.
I get up at
2 a.m.?
Yeah, I was going to
2
say.
a.m.?
Maybe even a little earlier.
What?
Yeah, bro, it's been dumb. Hey, no, we don't need to mention what time we met our clients this morning. We are live.
Oh, okay. Fair
Sorry, folks, you don't get to go that in depth with our program.
No.
I'm gonna just be honest. I'd rather catch a catfish.
Bro, shut up. You'd see the quality. You'd see the quality of springers that are around this year.
Awesome springers, but there's nothing in this world that is better than my beauty sleep.
Oh man, I mean,
Jason's lacking it right now.
I am hardcore.
For sure.
I mean, I have in the last 9 days, I've had 2 days off. So I mean, I've been going pretty hard. So
Hashtag guide life.
What's up, everybody? What is up? We are doing it live. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. All right, let us know where you're tuning in from. Like, share this out there to all your groups, friends. You can send it in a text message, share it to Facebook, because we are not live on Facebook anymore, right, Clint? We are just on YouTube.
Just on
Correct.
YouTube.
Yes. So share it out there.
YouTube only.
Let us know where you're tuning in from.
We'll get some prizes going.
And,
We got
yeah.
a new box here from Short Bus.
Yeah, we got some new prize stuff going on in the background, so we'll get some prize packs going. What up, Anthony? What up, Richard Gresham? Let's see. Come on, everybody. Ontario, Canada.
Whoa.
Clint's homeland.
My home country.
Homeland.
Dude, we just got invited to do something in Canada. I gotta read the email to you. That's what we could go do.
Okay.
There's some really cool stuff up there. Dude.
Yeah.
There's some really cool stuff.
I
up
watched
there.
this video just when I was outside just a second ago.
Oh, look at all these goodies from Short Bus.
Ooh. There's some heat in there.
That's a huge box.
JT's like, can you make sure that
Dang.
spread those things out and all day in one night?
No promises.
Here we go, dude.
Oh, dang.
Look at that spinner.
Ooh, I like
pretty
that
freaking
blade.
Sexy looking.
I like this.
Oh my
360.
gosh.
No way.
You know what the name of that spinner is? Uncle Touchy. Are you freaking kidding me?
How is that even?
JT? Seriously, dude?
That's
That's a whole nother level. I like it though. Good marketing.
that's pretty funny.
All right, show them the prize pack.
So prize pack for the night, first one of the night, I should say, is Short Bus 3.5 spinner.
You gotta say what it is.
Whoa.
Yes, I can.
You gotta say what it is though.
So there's the blade, and the name of this guy is Uncle Touchy. So you could be the lucky winner of this Short Bus, Uncle Touchy, and a blue Aurora 360 flasher. Oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh.
Tired. Sorry, guys.
There
it is.
I would
What's that sticker on
wager.
the table to the left a little bit?
That one?
Yeah.
Boom. So let us know where you're tuning in from, guys. And there we go. Sponsored by Red Bull. Red Bull.
I wish. Dude.
Red Bull sponsor us,
Red Bull, hook us up.
please. This
You don't
is
need money, just
this is
Red
number 3 of the day, and
Bulls. Number 3.
number 3, dude. Yeah, I've been putting them down.
That's that guy diet, dude. Red Bulls a day and 1 carrot or something.
Seriously, no. Beef jerky.
Shout
At
out
like
to Craig, my favorite client.
at
for
like
the beef jerky.
8:30 in the morning too.
Are you talking
Yeah, shout out Anthony. Shout out Perlita.
all Craig jerky?
Go side cam one more time, Clint. They hooked it up with some Steel Obsession stickers. Thank you again, Anthony and Polita. Super cool clients, super cool people, good people. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right. What's up, Pops? Vancouver, Washington. Spin that randomizer, says Pacific Northwest prepared outdoorsman. Only 3? Those are rookie numbers. I mean, dude, if I had any more, there was a time where I was drinking 5 a day, but I was also drinking a lot of water. So I was flushing it out.
5 a day?
Dude, it was bad, man. It was bad. It's when I was doing, no, it's when I was doing a lot of asphalt, though. I was doing like
You're nuts.
14-hour days.
Dude, I was on 3 bangs.
I could
3
not
to 4 bangs.
ever get behind the bang. No, I
don't
I
know.
couldn't do it, man.
I quit. Shout out to Mountain Ops.
Let's see how many viewers we got already, Clint. We're gonna be talking about some Tributary springers. Come on, we need to get these up. Let's go. Like, share this out there, comment, and as always, thank you Stevens Marine for sponsoring this live feed. Hopefully, here in the next month or so, I will be in there getting my new 23-foot Columbia.
23-foot Columbia.
23-foot Columbia. Been in talks with the guy that is trading his in for a 23 Super B Pro, and we are both just going to go through Stevens because Stevens is just a great place to go through for all your boat needs.
We have some bashes coming up there too.
We do.
We'll get in there in a second.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Once again, guys, let us know where you're tuning in from. Like, comment, share this out there. And once again, we'll be talking about some Tributary springers, probably mainly bobber fishing tonight. I think that's kind of the MO for this season so far on the Tributaries. We're experiencing some pretty low flows, some kind of late season conditions early in our Tributary season. So bobbers have been primarily the choice of tactic to get at these springers. Right, Griff?
Yeah. Let's say 90-10 bobbers to anything else.
Yeah, honestly.
Yeah, and that was when we had a little bit more water when we were getting them on divers and plugs.
Yeah.
So
honestly, I have not had very good plug bite this year. It's all been either diver and bait or bobber and bait.
I got 1 fish on a plug.
Nice.
And that was it. And then we got really, really low water.
I did get a big one on diver bait this last week, dude. It was
that was a dandy.
It was big.
If you guys haven't got out there yet, there are some really quality fish swimming around.
Yeah, good quality ones this year.
Yeah, using those fins to slowly make their way up a very low system.
Yeah, it's very low. It's getting low, I mean, kind of everywhere up and down the West Coast. I mean, even like our northern partners up in Region 6, they're getting pretty low already. They had a pretty decent little storm about a week and a half ago. I can't remember what my buddy said, but yeah, they're already down. They're not getting much snow melt right now, and our snow melt's pretty much gone.
We don't.
We really don't have any snow cap.
At least not where we're at right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess if you guys have any questions about bobber and bait fishing, just bobber fishing in general, where to be, what to do, how to set up. I mean, we brought a bobber rig brought a bobber rig with us today to show you guys.
Jason.
Yeah, sorry. I've been up for a while now for Too long. No nap today, guys. We're running on a no nap schedule, so just know that.
What are those?
A nap?
I had one in the truck yesterday.
Dude.
Oh,
you need them. You need them. All right, Clint, go ahead and freaking pick a winner. Let's get these guys some incentive to keep watching. Let's see. How many people we got already? Scott B. He is funny that way, dude. He is funny with his names of some of his stuff.
Yep.
So, Scott B., you have won the first prize pack of the Bobber Fishing live feed. Make sure to email your address to orders@addicted.fishing, and we will get this mailed out to you. Uncle Touchy. Uncle Touchy. Uncle Touchy.
I bet that one would touch you a couple springers out in the big river.
Yeah, probably. Maybe not when I was out there, but
Oh gosh.
maybe the last day. The last day we had some pretty good biz. Whoa.
I know it's super hot in here, but
Dude,
I'm gonna try this thing on.
I could be using that for some of these freaking mornings, dude. It's been chilly in the mornings. Wow, that's heavy.
The
Yeah,
temp
it's heavy for a
change has been
puppy.
Crazy.
Ooh. It's gonna end up with some pink on it. That's nice. That is nice. Dude, I like how it's like kind of tight, but it's like still loose. Like, you could definitely get a full work stroke in there. That's nice. I'm already sweating now.
Yeah.
Because
the drop walk and the skull.
buck and bass. Huh. That's nice. I didn't, dude.
You said buck. Buck and bass.
Oh.
Dude. That is super
Gosh.
Said
nice.
something else.
No. Kid friendly, Clint. Get your head out of the gutter. Jeez.
PG, bro. PG. Oh, we got some other really good stuff in here, huh?
Dude. Goodies galore tonight, guys.
We got some good giveaways ready.
I'm getting another one ready right now. Because we're doing it live.
So we had Uncle Touchy. What about Aunt Grabby?
There you go, There you go, JT. Just make it like flip-flop. Just flip-flop the colors.
Run those at the
right.
stern side by side.
Yeah, yeah. Be sure to be dropping your questions about Springer Tributary Bobber Fishing. We will get to them tonight and cover all the bases.
How you want to start out? Basic rig?
I mean,
Might as well jump into it.
You want to introduce who you're even talking with?
Yeah, there's probably people that don't know who you are.
yeah, who are you,
yeah.
bro?
My name's Griffin Marks. I'm another Tributary guide like Jason. I own and operate on the Mark Guide service. So I'm kind of all around the west coast of Washington, kind of depending what season it is. So, yeah.
Pop said adjust your mic. You're super quiet.
Adjust your mic. I have no clue how to do that, Jason.
Just move it closer to your mouth. Clip it onto your like t-shirt.
Okay.
Cool. Is that better?
Test,
Hopefully
test.
that's better.
1, 2.
Headphones on and adjust them.
Yeah. Probably not a bad idea.
Gosh, just
I don't see
everything
any
up,
questions,
Glenn.
guys. I don't see any questions. Come on.
on.
Fire 'em in here. Fire 'em in here.
You might have to keep talking.
Getting some new rods?
Tap on your mic really quick.
It's coming up. There you go.
There we go.
It's coming up.
Do that
I want
again.
the world to know.
Up and coming musician.
Yeah.
Playing at a Bob's Sporting Goods near you.
Yeah. There we go. There's a question. I see a question. Sweet.
This? You want me to just favorite them?
Yeah, just favorite those questions that are just firing in there. There's another great question. 2 good questions.
I like this.
Yeah.
Load us up, guys. Give us something to talk about.
Other than just the basic rig, because it's a pretty simple rig. I mean, if you've done any bobber fishing, it's basically the same. Just what I tend to do for salmon, springers, or fall fish is I size up the float and I size up the inline weight a bit. So basically, we're just gonna go through the setup real quick right here. I've got the SST 10 to 20 10'6", so it would be a 1062M. And then I have it paired up with Okuma Komodo SS 273 and spooled with some green stuff, some new stuff that is in the works. And then I am a big fan of a Top Shot bumper. I run a 25-pound monofilament. Then to
What pound test did you put on there?
50. I run a 50-pound test on the float rods, just for flotation. Then I got the little egg weight freaking bobber stops. I run 2. Always run 2.
If you don't run 2, you will hate your life.
Yeah. It hasn't, dude. I'm like burning up. I'm burning up.
It's way hot.
So bobber stops to a bobber stop bead, and then the indicator corky that you see right here in my finger. You might be able to see, you might not be able to. And then I run an 1.25 ounce clear drift, clear float by Bomac. And then these things are pretty cool. I don't think a lot of people will really notice this. Go to side cam. Go to side cam, please. Sorry. Just to go back through it real quick. There's the bobber stop bead, the corky bobber, and then what I do to protect the bottom part of my bobber is I run a buzz bomb stop, and that just adds a little bit of absorption to the bottom of your bobber so it doesn't break. Granted, I haven't had very many of these bobbers break. What?
You had it set to heat still.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus.
Well, that's why I'm not.
Turn on.
That's why I'm not
Yeah.
an HVAC guy. I'm a fishing guide.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. And Griff, that's you. You're tall.
gosh. How the
Um,
heck do I open this thing?
sled that little tab.
This tab?
Yep. Open
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Get that rolling.
I might switch spots with you. Get right under there.
No, this is my spot. So 1.25 ounce buzz bomb stopper, another little bobber stop bead to a 1 ounce inline weight. So 1.25 ounce bobber, 1 ounce inline. Because usually what I'm putting on the business end, it carries some weight. So I like to kind of keep it a little bit lighter. I know a lot of people like to even overweight with their bobbers a little bit, but some of the water that I'm fishing is kind of boily, and having a little bit more buoyancy on your bobber kind of keeps it up and keeps it from getting sucked down into the boils. And then I usually run about a 4-foot leader. I have it wrapped around my reel right now. Follow the finger. And then back up to what I run is our 4-aught addicted fine wire bait hook. And that is...
Hey, do you want to answer this question?
Huh? Is there a requirement that you must have a mullet to be a guide?
Not
Absolutely not.
Not a requirement, but a suggestion.
It helps the fishy vibes. The mustache definitely helps.
Colt's new mullet is freaking.
Do you get a haircut?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's straight up mullet.
Hell yeah.
Mullet.
80s?
It's mullet, dude.
Oh.
Shaved ass, it's mullet.
Oh my goodness, dude. That is so much better.
What about this?
Oh, I can actually
Man, you would've
breathe.
changed that like an hour ago when I told you to.
I didn't know that I
Yeah.
had it on heat still, dude. That's like I said, that's why I'm not an HVAC guy, or I don't work in buildings, bro. I never have
You
AC.
own a house.
I don't have AC in my house. We have a portable unit, which is really
I
nice.
have this one. Do you want me to switch to this one?
Huh?
Can I touch on something real quick, Jason?
Yeah, go ahead.
So I absolutely think there is a time and a place to overweight your bobber.
For sure. For sure.
Especially sometimes these springers can get real nippy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot
Shy
of times, shy bitey, if you can get away with it in a little bit more like evenly dispersed water hole where it's not super hard and boily,
Mm-hmm.
I have definitely noticed just a little bit more commitment, because it doesn't take a whole lot to pull that bobber down, but sometimes just that little bit of a difference
For sure.
completely changes, like that springer just barely nipping and pecking at your bait to completely swallowing it.
Yeah, I
and
mean you can
sinking
see
that
The
float.
resistance.
Yeah, they feel the
Yeah.
resistance, and I mean even when something just grabs onto it, you can see it a lot more you can see it a lot more through your bobber if it's overweighted.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of guys will run even bigger weights than an 1.25 ounces. I know guys that run a 3-ounce weight. I mean,
It's all water dependent, dude.
It really is.
There's a time and a place for everything for these fish. Super system dependent, sometimes hole dependent.
Sure.
I've been known to bring totally different setups just to fish 2 different holes throughout the day.
Yeah. Yep. Agreed.
So that's my take, at least.
Yeah. Hey, Nikki, I don't want to hear it, dude. I didn't pick that one. I was born to be short. If Jason was tall enough, he could have seen the heat was on, not the AC.
It's okay, guys. It's the only reason they brought me in today. Cameron couldn't make it here, so had to have someone tall on set.
We gotta have some height advantage here. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've never been a fixed float guy for springers.
I think it's just too deep.
Yeah.
Everywhere I've ever fished springers, dude.
No, fixed float for springers, absolutely not.
Yeah, no.
No.
I'd like 100% of the time
But again,
have
it
a
depends
slip
on the river.
float.
I was gonna say, if you're
It
fishing,
does.
Really small creeks that have springers.
Yeah.
oh, I know. Oh, I'm
So
well
guys
aware.
might use fixed float in that scenario. I have
Right.
no idea.
Right. Yeah, no,
Doubt
so
it, though. I
that's
still probably doubt it though.
yeah. So that's the basic setup, guys. Like I said, I mean, you can bump this bobber all the way up to a 3-ounce. You can go all the way down to a 1/2 ounce. This is just my preferred size and weight of the setup for the water that I'm fishing. Most of the water that I'm fishing. I mean, sometimes I'll throw a 2-ounce bobber on. That's about as big as I would get for the water that I'm fishing, unless it's just the water's really high, it's really boily, and you got to get down like quick. That's the time to maybe switch from that inline weight to a cannonball, and run that cannonball.
Just completely forget about being subtle because there's a foot of viz and you just want it in their face.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
And again, time and place.
Time and place for everything.
Okay, what do we got for more questions?
Yeah, what do we got
Come
for
on,
some
guys.
questions? 17. Wow. Okay.
What do you mean by overweighted? I can do that real quick. So, every bobber has a rating, right? It's either going to be in grams or ounces, depending where you're at, different floats, all that. But we have a recommended weight on there. So, like Jason was saying, 1.25 ounces on your rig, right? So that would be if you were exceeding that 1.25 ounces to where your float's riding a little bit lower in the water than it would be otherwise.
Yeah, so basically, instead of using a 1 ounce or an 1.25 ounces
I'm joining. You can go
for an inline weight, you'd go just over an 1.25 ounces. You just literally doing what you're saying you're doing. You're overweighting the rating of the bobber. And like we said, it kind of gives your bobber a little bit more sensitivity. You can tell when something's just kind of barely grabbing at it, or if they're not touching it at all.
Yep.
And a lot of times, I've noticed with an overweighted bobber, you see what kind of bite you're getting. You can see if they're actually grabbing onto it and holding onto it, or if they're just bop, 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 bop,
And then
like
you
trout
also,
biting it.
You also run into the issue, which you saw because I ran an overweight bobber yesterday and today on a certain rig, and in a pretty boily hole, and it was really, really, really hard to read.
Yeah.
But I did get bit after the bite died, and I had some committed bites, which was really cool to see.
Yep. And that could have been due to the overweighted bobber just not feeling any resistance whatsoever.
I mean,
but
that thing was really overweighted.
Look at chasing chrome outdoors. Don't sleep on the tail out twitchers. I've been limiting out on a river where everyone else is fishing bait.
hey, man.
Time and place.
Time and place. Time and place.
A time and a place, and it would be everywhere.
Trust.
Because basically everywhere where I fished a twitching jig, I could catch a springer on it.
Yeah, no.
I don't think there's a river you couldn't catch a springer on a twitching jig.
Agreed.
I've made Jason a believer this year.
Griffin has freaking schooled me up on the Twitcher a couple days. I finally threw a Twitcher in my boat. It's not usually an early season thing for me. That I always.
But we have late
usually
season
wait.
conditions, dude. That's
True.
the thing. We have late May conditions right now, and tomorrow's 1st of May. So, gotta adapt.
Yeah,
overcome.
shout out Chase and Chrome for making that comment, because I get a lot of messages from guys that do really, really well, especially on our 1 ouncers. You know, there's a few rivers where you need to be fishing deep, like super deep with those twitchers. So the 1 ounce can be extremely effective, especially in holes that might be like 20 feet plus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you know what else works really good that people sleep on is buzz bombs. Buzz bombs and laser minnows absolutely smash springers.
You know, I
That's one I haven't played with.
I did go pick up a few more because I had a couple at the end after we went last year. I started messing around with it, and I did get a couple on them, and I definitely went and bought. I think I bought like 12 of them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, those things, I think what happens, especially a lot with springers, is they're all kegged up in a hole. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, there might be 15, 20 fish or whatever in there, or even 10, right? When that buzz bomb is falling, the thing's action is just, I mean, it's so wild that I think when it gets in there, it drives them crazy.
Dude, and I think at least...
Or a twitching jig.
What my Twitch program is for springers is I tend to keep one rod in the boat because I carry a lot of rods for springers. A lot of different stuff. Like, I think I have 6 different float rods in my boat right now. And when the bait bite dies or giving it a whole rest, throw that twitching jig in there a couple times and just see if you can get that aggression strike. And
Usually,
you've seen it 3 times this
yeah.
season?
Usually, it sparks something up. It gets them going. It pisses them off.
And I've also seen it restart a bait bite.
Yeah.
Hook one on a twitcher, throw the bobbers back in 5 minutes later, and
I think
back
that's
to
just
drain
because
away.
it moves all the fish around.
Exactly.
You know,
Yeah.
the thing
No,
gets bit, and then all the fish get moved around.
it pisses them off.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Absolutely.
It's funny, back in the day, we used to, this isn't springer related, but we used to summer steelhead fish a hole, and we used to like pray that sleds would like run over the hole. Like we'd be like, run it over! Because the second they'd run it over, it'd move all the fish around, and then all of a sudden they're bitier because they're in a different spot, or they're, you know, especially when you beat on them for a little bit. Sometimes it just takes them moving around, and then they get bitey again.
They get reset.
When we had water in my hatchery winter run system this year, I noticed that a couple different days.
Yeah.
Sled goes by, put your floats over a little bit farther on that edge, and you're starting to hook more than you were before.
Yeah, it can work.
Twitching jigs.
So you talked about rods, Jason. Did you touch on, you brought that rod.
Uh-huh.
What if a guy doesn't have that rod? What if all he has is a spinning rod, or all he has, like, talk about like just a basic, like if a guy is just trying to get into this fishery, he doesn't know much about it, what can he just go to the store and get something basic to get in there? Or maybe he's got something already.
I mean, you can use anything from, I've seen guys use 8'6" bobber rods for these springers. Because a lot of times you're not mending a lot.
You're not casting super far.
You're not casting super far. So yeah, I mean, you can go all the way down to an 8'6". I've seen people use 6 to 12s. You know, it gets a
That's a little wild.
It gets a little wild when you hook a big one, or you know you're standing in one, especially from the bank, because you know if those fish start to run downriver, you don't really have a lot of backbone to really put the brakes on the fish. But I would say generally what you're seeing out there is anything from 9 foot to 10'6", and a lot of people just use their steelhead rods. They're 9'9", 8 to 17s, which I just threw in the boat, and they're a great all-around bobber rod.
Say that's all I do, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't need anything special.
No, and I mean those 8 to 17.
I like having something a little heavier, just because I've been enough to where I've gotten owned by a fish that I don't want to get owned by.
Yeah. Today we got freaking smoked by a fish. I mean, we hooked it and it was like 50 yards downriver like that.
Did you land it?
Yeah. I had to go chase it. That was like the first time I've really had to go chase a springer in a long time.
That's awesome.
It was pretty sick. It was the first fish of the morning, too.
I thought it was going to take you out of the hole.
I know.
I thought I was going to get
too.
it all to myself.
I would have broke it, bro. I wasn't leaving that spot.
You know there's more downriver.
There are. But, I think probably the lightest you would want to go is probably 8 to 17.
Yeah, I would agree.
To be to have enough backbone to kind of pump the brakes, but not like you ain't going anywhere kind of rod, like a 12 to 25 or something like that. But for me, I prefer a 10'6", easy mending, easy to cast long distances if you need to make a long cast, and
10 to 20.
and a 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Great all around rod. But
So Todd, we see your question popping in there. Let's get to bait kind of at the very end of this. We'll just start firing on bait and talk about baits and scents and all that. So we'll definitely get to that, buddy. Where'd our producer go?
Where did he go?
oh no,
He left us.
We are
tie an
all alone.
addicted advantage bead hook as a stinger hook on your buzz bomb. So you saw I'm running a 4-aught fine wire bait hook, and most of the time when we're in the normal freaking water conditions of the time of year,
Yeah, not summer.
I'll
on
run a
clothes.
stinger hook off of my bait rig, and I'll run that 4-aught down to a size 2 bead hook, and I have landed a lot of springers on that size 2 bead hook.
Yeah, I did with you.
Yeah, yeah, no, they're great.
Clint, can you go back to the favorites for me, please?
Jared, Jesus.
What? What did he
Where'd
say?
it go?
Don't
Something about a hand line.
what? Hand line and springers? I have done that.
If your bait's that good, I guess.
I have hand lined a springer in before. It was crazy.
A lot, like almost all these questions are about bait. I want to leave bait till the very end and just fire in on bait for like a half hour.
We did bring some different variations of bait. We brought some sand shrimp, we brought some coon shrimp, we brought some eggs, we brought some tuna belly, we brought some canned tuna.
Go to the spinning reel question, Clint.
We'll touch on that.
Up.
What the heck?
Keep going.
I
Right
gotta
there.
get a water, dude.
That one. So we touched on rods, guys. For spinning reels, if you're gonna get a spinning reel, I would do like a 4,000 for sure. Like you definitely need a 4,000, a little bit quicker line pickup. And if you hook a really nice springer, you're just gonna have the drag and the power and the line that you need on a 4,000. You can get away with a 3,000 for sure, but I would recommend a 4,000 on the spinning reel for sure.
Dude,
I'll touch on that too. I run 4,000s for everything. It's just one size of reel. If I have something break and I have another one that's broken, a lot of times I can rob parts. It's just nice to have that little bit bigger reel, a little bit more line.
Dude,
just a little bit more power.
I started running the 4000 series Okuma ITX CBs, and dude, they're sweet reels. For a 4000 size reel too, it's really light.
I thought it was
super
like a
light.
3500
Dude,
when you pulled them out.
I was amazed at those things,
I think-
and even the drag on them today. Like I
Super
cranked
nice.
that
Yeah.
thing down, and it was like I would try to go pull it out after we landed the fish. I was like, let me see how tight that drag really is. And I pulled it out, and I was like, oh my god.
And dude, when I heard that fish ripping you too, it just sounded smooth. It sounded
sounds
right.
so good.
I think that's my next reel upgrade.
Yeah.
They're nice, dude.
Just
You'll
a
like them.
fleet of them.
You'll like them. Go back to favorites, Clint. Unfavorite, that one by Edwin. We already answered that. Down. Third one from the bottom.
What did Lucas just say? What? Leave it a little tag on the bottom. What?
Tie a uni knot 15 to 20 mile, pull it tight, and leave a little tag in on the bottom. You'll never go back.
For what? For what, Lucas?
I don't know. Unfavorite that though, Clint.
Unfavorite.
Same with
Unfavorite.
Brad's question. We already answered that, Clint. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about line. Touch on line. Brian, right there, Lechner. Right there. Add that one to the broadcast, Clint. Brian
So for my bumper line,
or Bryson, yeah, right there.
my bumper line, I run a
And then unfavorite.
25 or 30 pound monofilament. And then for my leader, I'll run usually 17 pound. It's a good in between. You know, you can pull on 17 pound pretty hard and not break it. And in low water conditions, it doesn't seem to really throw off the fish at all.
And dude, I'll say I've been running 20 all season, and right beside you, and I don't notice a difference.
Yeah, no, I mean, you could definitely
Good
get away with
fluorocarbon
20.
is good fluorocarbon,
Exactly.
honestly.
Exactly. But yeah, 17 is about the lightest I'll go for springers.
Yeah, it's funny, it's like not to talk about bass, because if Cameron was here, he would love it so much. But like,
Oh God.
dude, those fish have way better vision than you think.
For
And
sure.
I bet the salmon and steelhead do too, because like those bass guys, dude, they will go down to like 4-pound test because the fish can 100% see the line. And that is on like nice fluorocarbon.
Yeah.
And I know back in the day, dude, when we used to fish some of the local rivers for steelhead, it was clear as day, dude. When you used lighter line, you freaking hooked more fish. You just couldn't land them.
But
Right.
line technology was different too.
Not really. 10 years ago, fluorocarbon's pretty much the same. I've been running fluorocarbon.
I thought you were talking like
The
30
same.
years ago. The English, 30
No,
years
I ain't
ago.
that. No, I ain't
Jeez.
talking 30 years ago. I wasn't talking when I was 10, dude. No, I'm talking like 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, I think it makes a difference. I think it makes quite a bit of a difference. But you have to, the thing is you have to tread the line of like,
How tight can my drag really
exactly
be?
how you can land them versus like,
See, no, I like to be able to put the brakes on a fish if I have to.
you know what would be a fun video though? We should do it on one of the days that me and you fish.
How light can you go?
We should try to land a springer on like 4-pound test.
Oh, goodness.
No, what you should
You wouldn't be able to set the hook.
Dude, we should do it.
You
Guys
literally
land
wouldn't-
giant fish on 4-pound test, dude.
Dude.
Guys land monsters.
We might land one fish because when we hook one, we might have to follow it for 300 yards, but
No,
what can
you
do
should
it?
There's some other holes. We'll be good.
Yeah.
take
yeah.
Cameron and make his rod
No,
have
he's not.
like
He's not invited.
2-pound test on it and let Cameron break
And
it.
then every time he sets the hook, just snaps it. Here, let me get you a new leader. Give him another 2 pounds.
Yeah.
Do
He
it.
would know. He's
Oh,
not
yeah.
stupid. He would see it
Oh
instantly.
gosh. With my hook sets this year, snap, snap, snap.
It'd still be fun.
All right, go back to the favorites, Clint. Guy, I know a lot of you guys are firing in all sorts of bait questions, guys. We're going to try to save the bait till the end, so keep your bait questions teed up. These guys brought some bait, and it'll be a really good discussion talking about bait and scents and all that. There, you touched on that. You can take care of that.
Sorry, I freaking.
Go to Garrett's question down below. Keep scrolling down. Yeah, right there. So really, Garrett, there's a million. Like a lot of the companies out there that make well, I wouldn't use Sink It series jigs for springers because those are our steelhead jigs. But if you're going to use our tail out twitchers, you definitely can. But dude, just go to the store. There's like so many different companies now that are making twitching jigs, and they all freaking work.
Yeah.
If you get fishy colors that are purple or blacks or chartreuses, they all freaking work.
I
Like-
will say the tail out twitcher carries a really big profile that I think springers key in on
Yeah.
sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes. And then sometimes we need to chop it down.
You definitely want to chop it down.
And that's what me and Jason, because last year, dude, I was getting frustrated as hell fishing with Jason because I've done so well on twitching jigs. And I hooked one with you, but I couldn't catch very many fish on twitching jigs. And then, I don't know who you talked to, but someone told you to trim them down. I don't remember who.
I mean, I kind of just gathered it from.
Or maybe it was just you.
I just gathered it from what we were experiencing.
Yeah. Regardless, Jason trimmed them down, and then all of a sudden we went from hooking like one springer on twitching jigs the entire trip from hooking like a few.
Well, and
Almost every trip.
I think because you have that big wad of material, and when you slim that down, you actually get a flick of the tail.
Yeah.
And I think the flick of that tail can really trigger a bite
It can.
sometimes.
And it's just different. It's just like Griffin said a few times, different places, different times, different water conditions. It's all going to change what you do and what you use. But to bring the question full circle, dude, all the different companies out there that make twitching jigs make good twitching jigs. And if you go into my tackle box right now, I promise you with 100% surety, there isn't just going to be addicted jigs. There's going to be a lot of addicted jigs, but there's also going to be some in there from other companies.
Yeah,
Because you always should. You always should have a mixture and just try it all. Now, when it comes to steelhead worms, though, there will be none in there but ours, because ours are the best. Period.
I agree. I fished a lot of them this year and did fairly well on them.
Worms
actually.
suck this year, though. Remember, Jason?
I know.
Not
I
a
did
worm
lose a
year.
lot. I think
Such
I
a
lost.
weird worm year.
I think I lost more fish on worms this year than I actually landed,
Yeah.
which was sad.
I think I caught 6 all season, and
Yeah.
there was one in my boat every day.
Oh yeah.
I didn't catch very many either. All right, go back to favorites, Clint.
And that was on systems that are.
I just saw
famous for one
I
leg,
just saw
too.
something really
Yeah.
good.
Did you guys get this giveaway going yet?
Not quite yet. No, I haven't announced it or anything.
How many of you guys out there want another giveaway? How many of you out there want another giveaway?
Like, share, comment.
Ooh.
Yeah, Richard, I want to do that rod challenge. I got a rod from the 50s that some guy brought me that I'm going to do something with.
That's
You could do that on a Springer day.
that we could.
I could go get it spooled up with freaking 50-pound addicted and just.
Dude, I still think we need to do the Zebco challenge.
That'd be cool too.
Me and Jason were talking about that one, Marlin Zebco challenge for springers.
Dude,
Like
that would be a
little-
perfect back bounce reel.
I was just gonna say that.
You talking like push button challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just go
Yeah,
bounce
dude.
them up, dude. Have no sensitivity. Would that
Yeah.
not be sick?
Just let them swallow it.
Yeah. I mean, what do we do with bobbers? We just
Let them swallow it.
Let them eat. Count to 3. And set.
I love free stuff.
What are you doing? Letting it eat.
Everyone wants free stuff. All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We got a short bust triangle flasher. We got some of his slide locks. And we got one of his spinners. So for if you win and you're a tributary fisherman, you got a spinner. And if you win and you're a boat fisherman, you get this. So everyone, well, not everyone, whoever wins is going to be a winner no matter what. So here's what we're going to do, guys. Please, if you're watching right now, thumbs up the video. Everyone that's sitting here on YouTube, just take a couple seconds out of your time right now and just everyone go smash the thumbs up button. And then share it out here. Text message it to some friends. Share it on Facebook, Instagram, wherever you like to share things, guys. We have just over 200 people watching, which is kind of weak, dude. I feel like we need to get more people in here.
Definitely need to get more people in here because this is good
What are you
conversation.
doing?
I've seen
Yeah.
a lot of new people on the tributaries this year, and I mean, I've seen some really good setups. I've seen some good sticks out there, but I've also seen some guys that just kind of needed a little bit of guidance.
Here, let me finish this, though.
You say they need a.
So, guys, thumbs up the video, share it out there, and then drop a comment and let us know, have you caught a springer yet this year? Have you put a springer in your boat or on the bank? We want to know, have you caught a springer or a spring salmon yet this year? And if you're watching from like the Midwest, you're watching for somewhere that you don't have springers, just say no, but I caught a 55-pound catfish or whatever you like to fish for.
And we should clarify: big river springer or tributary springer.
Yeah. Yep.
Bonus points for tributary fish.
Bonus points.
They have-
Bonus points for Columbia fish because they're way harder to catch than the tributary.
And this year sounds like it.
Went up 30 thumbs up right there.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Heck
Nice.
yeah.
Oh, look, the
Marlins-
viewership went up too, guys.
Marlon's word has a little more weight than mine, apparently.
He asked correctly.
Well, sorry, I've said it 6
No
times.
springer yet. We got, let's see, not yet, nope, not yet.
You bet, Anthony.
Nice. John got a 4.48 pound largemouth last week.
That's cool.
I've been fiending to go for some largemouth. I have been. I've been wanting to go hit up some of my old haunts and see if I can get a big mama.
I've caught a smallmouth. Now I need to catch a largemouth.
Yeah, dude.
One of my buddies
You
got
can go down to some coastal lakes.
One
Yeah.
of my buddies got a dandy the other day. I'll
Nice.
find pictures for you later.
I love big bass.
Swim bait.
Dang,
fish.
Richard, where you been?
Richard's landed 12 springers. Come on now, Richard.
Jeez.
You're
He
is
making us all
on it.
freaking jealous, dude.
Pixar didn't happen, bro. Come on.
Yeah. Lies.
I need clarification that this is 12 different
Is that
fish,
a
though.
running total in his life?
If we were plunking,
2 lings.
I'd
That
beat
counts,
you to the
Michael.
rod.
Nice.
what was it?
Oh, that sucks, Josh. Hopefully you can get that thing fixed. He said he caught 2 ling cod.
Ooh, that's cool.
Miguel caught a nice little cutthroat. I like that idea better. How about you guys just comment and let us know? We want to know what you guys have been catching this year.
What have you caught?
It's going to be May 1st tomorrow.
I know. It's
It's going to be May 1st tomorrow. So we've had 4 months of the year already knocked off, which is just freaking insane. How many fish or what fish have you caught? Let's hear about it. Let's hear about the fish that you caught. And then we'll just keep firing some comments in there, guys. We'll give you a couple minutes, and then we'll pick a winner for this prize pack here.
Dang, 21 pounds? That's a big springer.
And then we'll get into bait, guys, right after this. 21 pounds is a giant. Jeez.
Dude, the one
That's a
that I
monster.
sent you a picture of the other day, it's like 23.
That's such a good springer, dude.
Dude, I was like, what? It's the biggest one I've killed in a long time.
Kokanee, nice. No springers. Garden Frugal got some smallies last weekend. That's fun. 6-foot sturgeon. I like it. Kenai River rainbows. Dude, I've been wanting to do that Kenai River rainbow stuff.
It is a lot of fun.
Dude, I've been wanting to go do that. I think that'd be
They're
an epic
basically
addicted video.
Midwest steelhead.
Yeah, I think that'd be a really fun addicted video.
I can set you up there.
Dude.
Okay. Monster browns. We got walleye and trout.
A lot of catches. It's good. It's good.
Yeah.
It's good to hear people catching fish. Catching fish is
Michael
fun.
is getting ready for some halibut fishing. Nice.
That opens up soon, don't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Halibut, I think this week. Thanks out of Westport.
Garrett caught crabs over the weekend. Hopefully it was Dungeness crab. not
Yeah.
other crab.
Let's clarify there.
D. Larson with some trout and bass. Curtis on the gorge stringers. Dude, the gorge springer fishing,
Is it lights out right now?
bro, it is good. Like, people are freaking getting them.
I mean, look at the counts.
I mean, it's
The counts are freaking.
I think we're in for an incredible year, dude.
I'm down.
I think we're
I mean,
in
I'm
for
not-
an incredible-
I'm
I might
not-
go with
not
Cliff.
down.
I might go with Cliff on Friday.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Oop.
Corky's the only caught weeds and sticks. Dang it. Zach said some steelhead. Nice. Trout, crappie, and perch. That's right. WDFW launched their trout derby, guys. So all the lakes in Washington were stocked with freaking hundreds of thousands of trout, and they're tagged. So if you catch a tagged fish, you take the tag and you can turn it in, you win prizes.
Nice.
So we donated a bunch of prizes to the derby this year, so you could win some addicted stuff too. So get out there and catch some trout. I was trying to talk Colt into I wanted to do a little challenge where we go launch my boat, catch like 10 trout, and then put the boat back on the trailer, go relaunch it, and then go use the trout to catch like a monster sturgeon.
Dude,
I thought that'd be fun.
sign me up.
Yeah, I think that'd be so fun.
That would be cool.
Can I be fourth rod?
Yeah, you know. We should do it. Let's get it planned.
Dude, I haven't caught a sturgeon in a minute.
We should go do it. There's so many of them right now.
Dude,
Oh
I'm,
goodness,
Marlon,
this
I'm
is
staying down here like all season.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's go fish for them, dude.
this is a cool time of year.
They're so
for
fun to
sure.
catch too.
Yeah, dude.
Like sturgeon are so underrated, guys. I don't know so long that we don't care about them, but dude, you go to like where we were at in North Carolina, every single dude you talk to, you know what their freaking bucket list fish is?
White
Sturgeon.
sturgeon.
A sturgeon.
Yeah.
They all of them down there. Oh, I want to catch a sturgeon. Like, we're freaking spoiled here.
Yeah, we are. We're salmon spoiled.
Yeah. But then you look at me and it's like every warm water species on Earth I wish I could go catch, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I wish I was in Panama right now catching a Cubera snapper on a 9-inch popper.
I saw some videos of that, dude.
That sounds like
Yeah,
some
or down
pretty
in
cool
Mexico
fun.
with Clint catching roosterfish on freaking Zara Spooks.
Oh, what?
Some pelagic other than albacore for me.
Yeah.
A nice refresh.
Oh, that's right. Clam limits. A bunch of people, you guys, I've been seeing all the clamming going on.
Oh yeah.
I want to get out there and do that, dude. I love me some fried razor clam.
Dude, my buddy Charles just messaged me, not Charles Staley, but another buddy Charles. He was like, man, I really want to get down there for springers, but I'm too busy digging clams right now. I always miss the beginning of the season because of clam digging.
He stalks a bunch away. Yeah. Nice. Yeah,
Yep.
that's what a lot of guys do. They'll just go every day. It's open, get their limits, and freaking clean them all, freeze them all, and then have clams the whole year.
Yeah, that's what he does.
You
That's
should come
smart.
dig. Do a multi-species
smart.
dig.
All right, Cliff. I think we're good. Let's pick a winner, buddy.
Cool. Dun dun dun. Randomizer.
There it is. Barbie in Oregon. Barbie in Oregon says Columbia River. We limited on the 13th. Nice.
No, on the 13th fish.
Oh, geez. Limited on the 13th fish. That's
Jeez,
nice.
so is that 13 fish in the net or what? Like, let's clarify a little.
Let's clarify this. Barbie, shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you include your name, your address. Let us know that you won the short bus casting spinner as well as the short bus flasher and little slide locks.
So, what are we
And
on to
huge
now?
shout out to short bus, guys. We're in short bus freaking season.
Dude, for real.
We're going to be in our big boats a ton over the next 3 to 4 months. So make sure you guys support Short Bus. Some of you may know, some of you may not, but JT from Short Bus has been one of our longest running sponsors. I think he was literally like our second sponsor or first. Might even have been our first. So huge shout out to Short Bus Flashers. JT has always been an addicted supporter. So you guys should support him, please.
He definitely makes some sick stuff. I agree.
Okay, you guys ready to pull some bait out and get nasty with it?
Dude.
Always.
Look at this register right here. Dude, is there money in here?
No, I've been checking.
Woo.
Let's see what we got here. Oh.
Fillet weight bait mat.
Let's get the old flay mat out.
This is what we use, the reverse side of the flay mat.
Makes for a great cutting board, too. We've got some eggums.
Sasquatch that I just found in the register.
We've got some eggums. This might not smell that great.
Go to side cam, Clint.
We've got some coon shrimp. We've got...
Oh my gosh. We're unplugged. Jason, move your cooler. Plug me in. Ew, dude, that stuff reeks.
Welcome to the life of a Tributary Springer guy.
I know, I hate it.
This is what my drift boat will smell like until
I gotta come over here
mid-June.
so I can see.
We've got some salted tuna belly and sardine chunks and some cured tuna belly.
Open that up so we can see inside there.
Oh,
Those
goodness.
sandies are...
I know, the
Oh,
sand shrimp
God.
don't smell the best.
No.
You can't even see it. It's like freaking
That
fluorescent.
color
like
saturation
nuclear.
is not there.
Sandies?
Not, not the best looking. That doesn't,
Dude, those
that doesn't
eggs
smell
are
bad.
potent, too.
Yeah, yeah.
Those things look so nuclear in the camera. Too.
They're some good baits. They turned out really, really good. This is just a fuse cure that have actually been doing pretty good for me this year.
Spicy.
Yeah, a little,
You know
little
what's also
spicy.
been doing good?
It has actually.
Dude, I've been seeing, yeah. Those things work good.
They're insane. I don't know what we put in there to make them good, but I mean,
there's some little secrets in there.
I know, and I wanna know.
I want to know.
He wants to be in the know.
All right, let's talk bait.
All right, Griffin, I'm gonna
Wanna
let
get a
you
couple
touch
hooks
on this.
out?
Yeah, for sure.
So when you go into a hole,
You got leader line.
God.
Whoa.
when you go, you guys got gloves or need gloves?
Do you have gloves?
Probably not. But I figured I'd offer them to you.
I'm just
so I
gonna
could
cut.
tell you that we don't
I'm just
have
gonna cut this leader
Love
off. We'll just use this one.
that. Okay.
them. We have gloves, but they're downstairs in the locked office, and
I
I'm not
don't
going to get them.
Don't even worry about it, dude. We'll be all right.
You just want to bring that over
I'll
different
handle 'em.
stoof.
I'll handle
Okay,
'em.
before we start rigging these, though,
Uh-huh.
Jason,
What's up?
talk to me about like what your program looks like.
Oh.
Because I see so many different guides like do so many different things with bait. You know, like
So
dude, like one time I went with this guy and he had like 75 options. Dude, I mean the amount of things that he had was ridiculously insane.
So I'll usually have 3 to 5 different egg cures on me. I'll have usually a base cure, just like super base, like 3-2-1, or even just a borax egg. And then I'll go another sweet cure. Usually it's like basic, sweet, mild, and hot. So hot being super sulfide-y, like very nuclear, if you will. And I'll start with the basic and work my way to the hot. And early in the morning, I'm usually starting off, pretty subtle, and then usually with the way the bite's going, the way that the fish are acting, I'll kind of judge what kind of bait I need to be using off of what the fish are telling me what to do. And if they're being a little bit bitey, but not like fully committing to, let's say the mild stuff, sometimes I'll go hotter, and sometimes they'll react to it. And if not, I mean, I'm just switching baits constantly
Yeah.
Also
until I
say-
find something
And then
that
one of
they're
the
really
things I've
snapping
noticed
on.
too is you'll do a lot, like when I fished with Jason, he'll do a lot of like, okay, here's an egg and a sand shrimp. All right, here's an egg and a coon shrimp. All right, here's an egg and a tuna belly and a coon shrimp.
Yeah,
Like constantly switching up like your combination, I think is key.
exactly. And like I said, I always start usually with just an egg, and then I'll work everything into it.
Or just a coon shrimp.
Or just
I
a
caught a
coon
lot
shrimp.
of fish with you on just one coon shrimp.
Yeah, we did. but yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to keep it simple to start with, and then I'll start being intricate with it.
What about scents? Like, are you adding and playing with a bunch of different scents too?
Yeah, sometimes. Today there was
one.
There was one that definitely stood out, and literally every cast I was dab here, dab there, dab here, dab there, dab here, dab there. I mean, every cast. And for about an hour and a half, we were getting bites. Like, it wasn't every cast that we were going in there, but it was.
What was the scent?
It was a solid scent. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. It was anise belly tuna.
Classic. Can't go
I mean,
wrong.
it's a staple.
Yeah.
It's literally a staple for any fishery.
For any
Winter
salmon,
steelhead,
yeah.
summer steelhead, frickin' fall chinook, coho, spring chinook, obviously.
Anise belly tuna is hard to beat.
ABT, baby.
And dude, I tend to keep it a little bit simple. I don't feel the need to have 30 different bottles of bait oil in my boat. I keep 8 to 10 staples. And generally, like, you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you don't. There's time and a place to have
krill,
a lot,
shrimp,
but
bloody tuna.
yeah,
At
Yeah, I know.
at
And
least
then
for
you get
our
my
fishery.
sled, and I have like 60 different.
I know, and
scents.
I'm more on your end, and I carry a lot of different scent, and I mean mainly the Procure scents because I've definitely noticed that Procure makes just the best scent.
It's all real. So the biggest
Exactly.
thing about Procure versus a lot of the other brands out there, guys, is they are one of the, if not the only one, that uses 100% real bait.
Yeah.
Like, you go in their factory, guys, and it's pretty disgusting. There's all
Smells
these giant
awful.
bins, like, grinding up all these baits and stuff. And my thing has always been, you never want to be the guy that's, like, doesn't have the scent that's working.
Exactly.
And so I think it's important to have a bunch of different ones. And I think where it becomes the most important is when the fishing is tough.
Yep.
Because, like, there's days where it doesn't freaking matter. You just roll into the hole, you're going to just get your fish and you're gone. But when it's tough, that's when it matters.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. And it has been tough. It has been tough. I've been working hard to get my bites.
It's
Constantly switching
not been easy.
until you're finding something that is actually telling you a pattern in the fish behavior.
Yeah.
But like I said, the fuse has actually done really well for me, and it's a little bit more on the hot side.
Yeah.
Between that one and another one, not going to mention the other one though. Sorry guys, but I think I'm about 60-40 on the fuse to the other cure. And I mean, this morning, a couple of bites, straight eggs, and then they kind of went off of it. And then I added a sand shrimp, went back on it, and then they went off of that. And I replaced the sand shrimp with a coon shrimp, and then they went on that. And then I went back to a sand shrimp and a coon shrimp, and they bit on that. I mean, it's a weird thing. Springers are very, very bait-oriented fish. So the more bait you have to give them options, the better off you're going to be, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know about you, but I carry 2 bait coolers with me, and like this is my smaller bait cooler.
Dude,
and it's like a 24 can cooler.
I've got 2 bait coolers right now, and I've been using my kill bag for extra bait.
Yeah.
Like, I have been loaded down. So I'll touch on something else that you didn't mention. So you're talking about just mixing up every cast, right? For certain times.
Yeah.
There is a time and a
Talk
place.
to these guys,
Okay.
Griffin,
There's
not him.
Okay, jeez. There's a definitely. Gosh.
These guys are here to watch you, dude. They want
So-
to see you.
So there's
Look at
a
him getting all red
time.
now, guys, like a cherry.
Bro, I'm just red as it is.
I'm burnt today. No, so there's a time and a place to fish a same bait repetitively and then mix it up. So let's say I'm going to fish 3 baits on each rod of sand shrimp and eggs, and then all of a sudden mix it up to sand shrimp and tuna. And sometimes that sudden switch, you're like, oh, I've smelled this, oh, that's different. Even if you fished it prior in the day, we'll get those fish to snap.
Just being different.
Makes sense for sure. Have you guys messed with the mulch at all?
I have.
Mhm.
I have. I can't say that I've really noticed, like, oh yeah, they were like keyed into it. They wanted it. That's all they wanted. I've mixed it in, and usually I'm just tying it into a spawn sack, and using it that way. And I'm literally tying the spawn sack and putting the thread or hooking it with like 4 or 5 threads on the hook and just dangling it below the hook. I mean, it's super simple. Like you see all the Midwest guys, how they hook their spawnies.
Yeah.
That's exactly how I'm running the mulch ball.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
What is this? Who's Gamer Game? France, Germany. I feel like that's a spammer, isn't it, Clint?
Yeah. Definitely.
Gotta be.
100%.
Yeah.
That's exactly different from the rest of the norm.
Gonna
Yes,
go
you
over-
are right, Richard. You are right. Make your stuff a little different. You are correct.
I'm gonna go over how we're hooking up some of these baits.
Yeah, sure.
From
Yeah,
straight,
let's do it.
From straight sandies to eggs to
Jason, why don't you let
coonies.
Griff do it and then hold
Yeah.
the side cam?
Yeah.
That way that you can hold
What
the
do you want
side
to start
cam.
with? Straight goonie? Nice
No,
and easy.
let's start with the eggs because
Are these
usually
cut?
usually everybody starts with eggs.
Yep.
And then get more intricate from there.
Okay. So let's start
Probably have
out.
to do some auto focusing here, Clint.
So what I like to do with
Or
my
manual,
eggs, pretty
sorry.
simple. I like to go through the skein depending on the size of your bait once or twice. This bait works fine once. Pop that egg loop out, loop that around, gonna let them fall through, and pull that tight.
Oof.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lethal.
That's getting bit.
You just did it one time?
Yeah.
One loop too? Yeah.
I'll do 2 sometimes on a
Cam,
bigger
you
bait
see
or
the
a
way Cam
looser
does it?
bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way Cam does it seems to be freaking dialed. Like they don't.
They don't come off unless they're bit.
Yeah.
Sometimes I want them to fall off a little bit though.
Yeah.
Especially with this low water, I want those eggs to kind of trail out, pop a little bit easier, just more scent dispersal in the water.
Yeah.
For sure.
The less flow you have, the less scent dispersal you have from the water. That's why you want a wetter egg.
So see how
I
that
always want a wetter egg for springers.
see how that hook point is 100% exposed. That is key for the conditions that we have right now. You do not want your hook point covered when they are being shy bitey because they won't get that hook. They will not.
No.
So definitely make sure when you're baiting your hooks, get that hook point exposed.
Okay. Move on to what we're doing with sandies.
Yeah,
Sandy egg combo. There's so many ways to do it though.
go through them.
Yeah.
I mean, go through them. I
Oh,
should
these
have
are
some holes
Rancid.
and a couple of tails.
Okay.
So sometimes we'll use a full sand shrimp, and
Yeah.
then sometimes
Sometimes
we'll
we'll add a
use
tail.
just a tail.
And no hole in that one. Just gonna put the eggs back on.
Yeah.
So if I'm running just a tail,
You can rip these baits off too. I'm not worried about saving them.
Okay.
Oh, just don't
I
freaking.
felt bad about it, dude. So if I'm running just a tail, what I like to do, poke through shell side up.
And does it
And
matter
just
what
super-
part of the shrimp that you're putting it through to make it last longer, or the right presentation, or what? So what are you going for right there? You just want
Right
that
here,
to.
I want this to sit on top of the glob of eggs.
Yeah.
For
Yeah.
this presentation. And there's so many different ways to do it with tails, heads, all of it. But be really gentle. Pull that up onto your leader line.
Yep.
So it's free floating, up, down. And you go back on. This bait's a little bit messed up, but it'll work. You just rehook that bait on. Just like so. And then that shrimp tail just rides right on top of that glob of eggs.
Yeah.
This is like,
Whew.
I would say this is probably the classic way to do it.
That's my preferred way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
I like it because sometimes that tail will stay good, and you can use it for a couple of different baits of eggs if you're
Yep.
not getting bit.
I'm going to go over whole sand shrimp rigging.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah, so sometimes as well, these fish are on a super, super hard sand shrimp bite. Sometimes I'll want to run a whole sand shrimp with my bait of eggs.
Uh-huh.
So what I'll do here, very similar to how we run coon shrimp, go through part of that shell there, all the way into the head.
So the one right above the neck.
Yep,
So you're getting into a little bit more meat.
Yep. like to pop out right in the middle of that head.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit different. Like to pop that egg loop out beforehand, lay that tail flat, and then tuck your beta eggs in there, just like that sand shrimp has some eggs on there.
Woo! That's a good looking bait.
Yeah, I kind of mess that one up. Just like so.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and this has been a good one for me this year.
Yeah. So see how that hook point is coming
Mhm.
right out
There,
of
right on my hand.
right out of the head. That's perfect.
Yeah, essentially when I hook them on this, it's either pinned in the corner of the mouth or hooked like a jigfish.
Or down the gullet, because they're freaking swallowing it and pooping it out.
My first one yesterday, oh my gosh, just cut it.
Down the hatch, yep.
Down the gullet. Okay, so that's sand shrimp rigging for the most part.
And there's other ways to do a whole sand shrimp too. That one just seems to kind of be the cleanest looking one.
Mhm.
And when we're in low, clear water conditions, that
Mhm.
presentation can make a difference,
Let's
you
go
know.
over just sand shrimp. So what
Okay.
I like to do when I do just sand shrimp on a single hook
Uh-huh.
is I will put 2 half hitches, make a couple more points. If you do run just that egg loop, you can end up cutting into that sand shrimp. So one there, whip up one more little half hitch here. Man, Marlon, it'd be nice if you provided gloves for this.
We should bring them.
They're in my boat.
I
My
was going to
boat's
say,
parked
they're in the
outside.
boat.
Oh my gosh, why
Just
didn't you go
like
out and
that.
get them?
I just thought about it. Just like there, and that hook's a little bit wonky, that head's bent, but essentially what you're making is just a fully,
Extended.
extended sando.
That's money, dude.
Yeah.
That's money. That dog will hunt. LOL. Sure looks tasty.
Gosh,
Yes.
I almost want to bite it.
I wouldn't. They're
No.
not so lively.
They don't have the wiggle that I like to see.
No.
But I bet you they'd still catch fish. Whole cooney?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different ways to
Ooh.
rig a cooney. Yeah, dude.
Whisker biscuit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I like the whiskers. I definitely like
dude,
a
it
whisker
matters.
bait.
It 100% matters.
100%.
So-
if you don't have whiskers, you're not getting bit.
There's a-
100%.
There's a lot of different ways to do this. The basic way I do it for my floats, which is really simple and easy,
Mhm.
through that top piece of the shell, go into the meat, but not too deep because you'll crack your shrimp.
There we go.
Rotate that hook point out through the head. Can they see where it's coming out?
Yep.
Just like that. Snug that down, and then pull your egg loop out. Loop it around the tail. Snug that tight, but not too tight. That is like the OG bobber and coon shrimp bait. You can also straighten these out, which I don't do as much of with the bobbers as I do with my divers.
Agreed.
But if you want to do it, and I haven't noticed it to be a thing, but if you want a straight cooney on a bobber, easiest way is to half hitch it if you don't want to tie a wire on your leader,
Yeah.
which I do not have with me to show them. So I'll half hitch this one. When you're half hitching these, super, 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 super gentle, or else you will mess up your shrimp. Probably get away with 2 or 3 halves on this one.
Might even just need 2.
I think just 2.
There it is.
Yep, so that's yours. A little bit different presentation on your goonie. Nice and straight. Just something different for them to look at.
It's a little curved, but you get the
Yeah.
point. You know, you can make it straighter.
If you want to make it perfect, you can put some more half hitches, spend some more time, and make it just about perfectly
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah. And that just gives you a different profile, a different look to the same bait.
We'll say it's not all about bait. Sometimes it can be a presentation bite.
For sure.
I have seen it to where if your bait is not absolutely immaculate and perfect, they will not touch it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's do
What do we
a
want?
tuna belly.
Tuna belly egg.
Let's do a tuna
This
belly
tuna
and
belly?
egg. Yep.
Okay.
Tuna belly, and there's some sardine in there too, so
It's all the same.
pick wisely.
That's
There's
belly.
some tuna belly.
Here's some tuna belly, and this would be the same with any type of chunked fish, sardine, herring, tuna belly.
Yep.
What I like to do, right through the middle of the meat on that tuna belly.
Usually try and find a piece of the membrane
Yes.
to go through. Makes
So
it a
see
little tougher.
right there.
There it is.
So I know that membrane's there. Try and go right through that, nice and gentle. So guys, look at my fingers, providing support on each side so it doesn't just rip through. Slide that up, and just like that sand shrimp tail, I like to just gently work these up onto that leader line.
Just a nice little wiggle.
Nice little wiggle.
Come on.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
And then from there, I'm just gonna hook on my bait of eggs.
Dude, those things are pungent.
Those are potent. Yep. And then that comes down. It's gonna look just like that. And that's a little bit bigger piece of tuna belly. I would cut that a little bit.
I like that size. I like that size.
You do get a lot of cast out of that size of tuna belly.
Exactly. And then add that little piece of tail down there too.
Mhm.
Give them the
Yeah.
true.
And if you guys really want to get into it, you can curve that tail, poke that through as well, and that is pretty much the kitchen sink in one bait. The kitchen sink is what I would call the standard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
The
just right
standard
there.
kitchen sink.
The standard
So
kitchen sink.
see how Griff put that hook point through the last piece of that sand shrimp tail. That's the toughest part on that sand shrimp tail. So that's what's going to give you the longevity out of that bait.
I'll get a lot of cast out of a bait like this.
Yeah, I mean, you
like
can get,
this size with all that going on. I'd
Mhm.
say 15, 20 sometimes.
I was going to say
if you're
at
fishing it
least
to
10
milk.
casts.
Yeah. Depending on exactly how wet your eggs are, but even if you just have skein, you still have tuna belly and some sand shrimp on there.
Yeah, and sometimes when the tuna belly and the sand shrimp are still on there and the eggs are a little fished out,
Oh,
it gives it that little bit of a milked out kind of skeiny look to where there's just a couple little like droopies kind of hanging down around your sand shrimp tail, and then you get still the smell and the scent of the tuna belly.
yep. I had a bite like that yesterday. I think I did not get bit on a fresh bait yesterday. Every time I got bit, the bait was like almost gone, like snot. Like I could not believe we were hooking fish on it. Like,
Yeah, it's
I
pretty
would
wild
I would
sometimes.
tell my clients, "Okay, guys, last cast, I'm getting you a new bait. Oh, we hooked one. That's cool.
Yeah.
We got paper towels in here. Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say we should. So yeah, I mean that's kind of the basic go through on the bait. We covered the coon shrimp, we covered the sand shrimp, we covered the eggs and sand shrimp, eggs, sand shrimp, tuna belly, eggs and tuna belly. The same thing applies to your sardine, and you can put that tuna on. Clint, go ahead and get off side cam. I think we're good. Okay. But yeah, I think you guys kind of get the point between the meats, tuna belly, sardine, herring, mackerel, squid. I mean, you can do a lot of different things, and like I was just saying, you don't have to put that up above your eggs. You don't have to thread it onto the line. Sometimes I'll just put it right onto the hook and put my egg loop around it, and it kind of helps hold that bait of eggs together. And you might get a couple more casts out of the entire bait. So, yeah, and I mean, you don't have to use eggs too. You can use just a tuna belly and a sand shrimp, or a tuna belly and a coon shrimp, or a sand shrimp and a coon shrimp. You know, the old shrimp Sammy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The Wombo combo.
The Wombo combo.
Okay, Forrest Gump. Shrimp bomb. Boiled shrimp.
I like shrimp.
Butter.
You want to go over additives? Any type of bite stimulants, or what are our keystone scents? Like, never leave home without spring Chinook tributary scents.
I mean, we kind of touched on it a little bit, but yeah, let's do some additive stuff because we haven't really touched on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say, my staple, sprinkle on. We're talking about like the sprinkle on additives that you can add to any one of these baits. Mine would be Monster Bite, Slamola, sodium sulfite, and krill powder.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Those are the 4 bait additives that you will always see on my boat.
Yeah.
Always. And all of them have a time and a place where one will outperform another, or even sometimes they'll pair really well together.
Exactly. And you can even get more in depth. There's some people out there making some like really, really cool new bite stimulants that I have noticed a big difference with.
Yeah, our buddy
Monster Bite.
Yeah. Our
Think
buddy
of Monster Bite and crack.
Jared makes some pretty good stuff. It's been pretty good, along with my staple, the Slamola. Slamola has been
a staple since I was probably in high school.
What about Cam's
well
Crack?
before high school.
Cam's Crack. I haven't been blessed enough to get the crack, so
He holds it, dude.
he hoards it, man.
He won't give it to us.
He won't tell me what it is either.
I know. He won't tell anyone. He's a freaking punk.
Yeah,
I bet Steve Lynch from Procure knows.
probably. I think
I think he does. Yeah, I think he does. Him and Hambly know.
Well, yes, but it's not. I don't think it's something Procure sells.
no, it's not.
Yeah.
100%, it's not.
Yeah, it's not something they use either.
No.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
No, because it's a way more hot
I
chemical.
know. Don't say. I thought.
I know what it is.
I think that's all we're at liberty to say.
Yeah.
I mean, we can, but
No, we're not saying anything.
No, he
I don't
will.
want to get
Literally
blamed
kill
for
me
that.
if I told people that.
Oh, bait oils. Want to touch on
Cam
like
would not be happy with
what
it.
are your
And
top 6 bait oils that you've noticed consistency with?
Obviously, anise bloody tuna.
I'd say straight bloody tuna. Sometimes they do not want the anise.
I was just gonna say bloody tuna,
Shrimp krill,
krill, shrimp,
anise krill.
anise krill. I did get bit on that today, actually.
So did I.
Nice.
Yes.
Go team.
Go team.
Let's see. What would that'd be 4?
Herring.
The Cooney sauce.
Yeah.
The Cooney sauce is freaking sick. That one's become a staple in the boat
Bills,
for any fisher. Yeah.
the millennial one.
Yeah. No, it's good stuff. Cooney sauce and the Cooney gel. It's really good stuff. Let's see.
I did well with it last year plunking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like I always had that and addicted blend.
Mm-hmm.
And always just those two.
You know what addicted blend works really, really good for both is the steelhead blend.
I know.
The steelhead blend, it almost seems to outperform the salmon blend sometimes for me. Where it's like, I think I'm going to start just buying more steelhead blend than anything.
You
The
gotta
thing is,
think,
it's funny
if
because
it's a
as
sweet
you guys are,
bite,
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing too, exactly, because there's some sweet stuff in that steelhead.
Yeah.
it's
But
a
the
lot,
thing is,
yeah.
it's funny because you guys, you're like naming the top 6 things, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, weird. Addicted salmon blend. Because like a lot of your guys' top scents that you just named, not all of them, but they're a combination of that in the addicted salmon blend.
Yeah.
And I'll fish that, but there's sometimes they just want one. Like I had a day.
Oh, for
Last
sure.
year. I
And
had a
that's the
day
thing.
last
Springers
year.
are the most weird freaking fish out of
Like-
all of our species.
It was
Yeah.
a pattern. I could not get bit without straight shrimp oil.
Garrett,
Straight
the
shrimp
mystery
oil.
red sauce.
The mystery red sauce. That's right. The red sauce from freaking Buoy 10. The
Yep.
Buoy 10 video.
Yeah. The I would say my last one though, because that was 5.
Yeah.
That was 5. Would be squid oil.
Yeah, that
That
would be
would-
a staple.
Love
That
me
would
some
make
squid
sense
oil.
why addicted steelhead blend's working.
Yeah.
Um,
What's yours, Marlon?
couple quick, my top 5.
Your favorite overall. If you had to have 1 cent going to the river
Addicted
springer
salmon
fishing,
blend for sure.
salmon blend. Okay.
100%.
Then addicted salmon blend with
Yeah.
garlic.
Yeah,
Then
addicted-
addicted steelhead
exactly.
blend.
Dude, I cannot. I hate garlic. I hate garlic.
In the
scents.
tributaries, I don't like garlic either, but in the big river, especially when the water temperatures get dude, you guys, if you're sleeping on garlic,
Don't.
when the water temperatures start to warm up and we see water temperatures into the 60s, get some freaking garlic on your stuff because they, for some reason, key into it. I don't know why.
And carry soap on the boat too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, they, for some reason, just key into it. Springers and more so fall fish, but springers do too.
But like you said, warm water.
Yeah, no, I'd have to agree. I
Specifically.
mean, a lot of your guys' scents are,
All right, I'm
anise
putting this
bloody
stuff
tuna.
away.
There's no,
Yeah,
there's no
get
better
that
scent,
frickin'.
obviously. Squid, for sure.
Where's the lid for these Sandos?
They're in here.
Yeah, let's grab a couple announcements really quick, and then we can rip through those last. I know you guys had some questions that we saved, so we'll see if we didn't get any of those answered during the bait. But a couple quick announcements. What's the first one, Clint? Addicted bashes, guys. Can you guys believe this is the 6th? We've been doing addicted bashes for 6 years now,
So wild, dude.
which is
Crazy.
I know. It's really crazy. And this is the 6th annual summer bash, guys. We are going to do the first one. We're going to do the first one at Stevens Marine, May 29th, 6 to 9 p.m., guys. This is going to be typical of all of our addicted bashes. We're going to have some awesome seminars that we're going to announce very soon that'll be catered towards the summer fisheries that we have coming up. We're going to have tons of giveaways. You're going to get entered to win the grand prize, which I haven't really figured out what I'm going to do yet this year, but there's going to be something good. We just picked the drift boat winner for last year a couple weeks ago, so just come to the Addicted Bash and you'll find out what you have a chance to win. And then Friday, June 13th, we're going to be at Next Adventure. I'm excited for that one, guys. If you haven't been to Next Adventure, their stores are just super, super cool. So Thursday the 29th, Stevens Marine. The 13th, Next Adventure. So, guys, please mark your calendars. Save the days. We did one on a Friday. We've never really done them on Friday, so we moved on to a Friday this year, guys, just to try some different days because I know a lot of you guys haven't been able to make them on Thursdays. So we're going to try to do some different dates this year on the bashes as well. So, again, like I said, please mark your calendars and come to these bashes. They're going to be fun. What's next, Clint? Oh, that's right. I was just in Gresham Toyota today. And they told me about this deal. So if you guys are looking to get trucks right now is the time to buy a vehicle from Gresham Toyota. They're doing Tacomas starting at $350 down, $350 a month, which is crazy. And
That's
then,
insane.
yeah. And then $10,000 off select models of Tundra. So if you're looking to get a Tacoma, guys, get a Tundra. I've owned nothing but Tacomas and Tundras basically for the last 25 years of my life. So I love those trucks. I'm loving my new one. My 2024 has been amazing. I will say that I just hit 20,000 miles, and it had the first issue. It's some brake sensor thing when you're going in reverse. Like you probably noticed it when you were backing the
I
boat
did.
up. It's some TPM sensor or something. I don't know what the heck it is. But
Tire pressure monitoring sensor.
something that's causing the brakes to squeal.
Huh.
No, I don't know what he. It's some sensor. Maybe it's not TPM. I don't know what it was. But
Right.
20,000 miles, that's the first issue that I've had with the truck. It's been amazing. I'm loving it so far. So,
I like it too.
yeah. And make sure, guys, if you go down, I've seen a few of you guys already going and doing it, but if you go down there, mention Addicted, guys, because the guys at Gresham Toyota are going to hook you up. If you're in the market for a vehicle at all, it's going to be worth it to go to Gresham Toyota because those guys are going to hook you up if you go in there and mention Addicted. So
I just went and test drove a 25.
nice.
Yeah, dude. I'm like,
A Tundra?
yeah,
Sick.
like 90% about ready to pull the
What
trigger.
model are you going to get?
It's SR5 Crew Max.
Nice. So still got all the big stuff. And
Yeah. Yeah, the only thing that it really doesn't have is the AC seats, the 360 camera, and the monitor screen is just a little bit smaller. So
the one I have is giant. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah, no, it
Sick.
was a great rig. I was really impressed with the power. Great brakes too.
Yeah.
Like Chris, when I was test driving it, he's like, hammer on it pretty good. I was like, oh, okay. Got on it.
were you with Moyer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and went to go brake, and I was like, I'm used to my Tacoma brakes, so I'm like, kind of hit them pretty
Yeah.
hard. So I was like, holy, whoa, those are some good brakes.
Those are some sensitive brakes.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna look forward to having a new rig.
Yeah, Aaron, the older Tacomas, the older trucks were awesome too. I mean, I had a 2017 Tundra that was probably one of the best trucks I ever owned. Never really had any issues with it other than the dealership that I bought it from blew up the motor at like 13,000 miles because they didn't put oil in it.
I've
God.
had my 2010 Toyota Tacoma since 2019, and I've put over 120,000 miles on it, and I'm up to 250, and it's just
Still
running
dialed.
every day.
I have a 2003. That's
Yeah.
my hunting rig. It has 296,000 original miles. Still the original motor and transmission.
Yeah, they're great trucks, guys. If you want to get into a rig that has everything that you want and has a great resale value, it does not depreciate.
No.
I mean, that is Toyota.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you ain't in a Toyota, you ain't catching as many fish.
Exactly. What's the next announcement? Any more, Clint? Oh, that's right,
dude.
guys. Huge shout out. Some of you guys may or may not have seen, probably a lot of you guys already have. We launched a collab wading boot with Corkers. Really, really stoked with them. Happy with how they turned out. You can now get them at Fisherman's Marine and Fish USA. So huge shout out to Fisherman's Marine, huge shout out to Fish USA. If you guys want to actually see the boot, hold the boot, try on the boot, Fisherman's Marine, all 3 locations have the boots. They have all the sizes. So you can go in there, you can check them out. So shout out Fisherman's Marine. And then if you're in the Midwest or you just want to shop online, you like to shop online, get them at Fish USA. Or Fish USA's Pro Shop. If you guys are out in the Midwest, you can go into their Pro Shop and actually try the boot on. So huge shout out to Fish USA, shout out to Fisherman's. If there's any other retailers out there that want to carry anything addicted, if you're a retailer or a small tackle shop or an online store and you want to carry addicted products, we are now doing that. We are finally allowing retailers to carry our products, and we're stoked, and we want you guys to carry them. So hit us up if you want to carry addicted products. And shout out to Fisherman's, shout out to Fish USA for supporting us, and for all you addicts that continue to support us, because things like that wouldn't happen if it wasn't for you. So
Yep.
appreciate you guys.
I've had mine for, 3 months now?
Yeah.
And dude, they're so nice. They're just
glad to hear.
comfortable.
Yeah, that's the biggest
Comfortable
thing about
and light. Oh, there's it's like going from a pair of Danners to a pair of freaking Nike running shoes.
Yeah.
Hey, dudes.
Yeah.
Or it's just something super comfy.
Dude, and I'm telling you, Corkers, I got their deck boots too, which I ordered you a pair too.
Nice.
Like,
Must be nice.
dude, their deck boots are next level. They're freaking. And Cam, guys,
That's all he wears.
if you guys haven't learned this about Cam, he's the most upfront, honest, isn't going to lie to you, isn't going to tell you something sucks. If something sucks, he's going to look you right in the face and be like, yeah, that sucks. Like, he's just going to tell you because that's just how he is.
So true.
100%.
And it's always awesome to me when Cameron calls me and is like, dude, these are the best deck boots I've ever owned. And he's tried them all.
Yeah.
Grundens, Extra Tough, like he's had them all. So for Cam to say that, dude,
That carries some weight.
it carries some weight.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really loving them, guys. Corkers, I would highly suggest if you guys are looking at deck boots or looking at anything boots or footwear, obviously Corkers is one of our sponsors and they do pay us and we are supported by them and we love them. But even with that being said, like as I've used the product more and more, like, dude, I've been missing out.
It's just
using
they're just quality made.
Yeah.
Very, very quality product.
So Todd says, not Cam, LOL. Todd, that episode is coming out Sunday, dude.
This Sunday?
Yeah.
That'll be cool. That'll be
Yeah.
good. That'll be
Dude,
a
and
good
the Springer, like seeing the footage now of Hayden, we should have thrown him in the water, dude. Dude, it's Jason. It's getting like barely, like it gets like bit, like, nyeh, nyeh, and he just grabs it and freaking.
Oh, I had a feeling.
Dude, it's bad.
I had
it's
a
bad.
feeling.
I was pretty mad.
Did you text him and say you're fired?
Dude, fire. Guys, we have an episode. So Todd was the golden ticket winner from last year. He won the golden ticket contest in the wintertime. So he got to go on a 2-day, 3-night fishing and just adventure with us. So we went to Big Dave's Lodge. We fished with him for steelhead for a day. Big Dave and Popoff were kind of like trying to talk me out of it because the fishing just hadn't been very good. And then we hooked like 15 fish. So it was
That
amazing.
doesn't suck.
Sounds awful.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
amazing. And then we came up here and did some springer fishing with Jason and Colt and had a pretty damn good day springer fishing in the Columbia.
That was pretty cool.
So that episode, guys, is coming out this Sunday. So shout out to Todd. Thanks for supporting Addict and shopping on the website.
Be on the watch.
Are we good,
Oh.
Clint? Is that all the...
We forgot about that.
Do you want to see if there's any of these questions that we didn't answer in the favorites? There were some bait questions.
Let's go through them. Let's go through them real quick.
Did you talk about beads?
We didn't, and
You use them much?
I do, but not very often.
Very situational.
I'll use them as a dropper to a bait, and sometimes I'll get bit, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll run them just like I am for steelhead fishing, and I mean it's situational, and it's just something different. So if you're sitting on a hole and you're going through all your baits and they just don't really want anything, it doesn't hurt.
The next one up too.
I mean, you got to think about it. We're throwing these big clusters of bait, and then all of a sudden they see this perfectly round object coming towards them that looks like a bait. I mean, especially if you throw some scent on it, they can be effective. They can be effective. I've caught plenty of springers on beads.
Okay, this Jason says, my bobber keeps slipping past my bobber stop. What did I do wrong?
My first question would be, what kind of bobber stop are you using, and what kind of bobber stop bead are you using? Because sometimes
it's probably a bead issue.
Sometimes what will happen is your bead opening that you actually put the line through will be too big for your bobber stop knot, and that bead will slide right over.
Can you get rid of the top comment one? We already answered that one.
And that's what'll happen. Your bead will just slide over, and your bobber stop will basically be non-existent. So try and find a bobber stop bead with a smaller opening. See if that will help. And maybe doubling up your bobber stop knot could be a thing too. You can buy like the pre-tied ones.
Why'd you get rid of that one?
That come on the little piece of plastic.
One said purple, one said blue.
You can slide one on your line, tighten it up, and then slide another one on your line, and just slide that one right over the top of that first bobber stop, and it's basically two bobber stops in one spot. You're just stacking them. So yeah.
Have you played with any of the colored coon shrimp yet?
I have.
Blues and purples, and I know he's coming with chartreuse. He's going to be doing all sorts of new colors.
I've played with the purple.
Exactly.
I've played with the purple. I haven't gotten bit on it yet this year.
I think in the Columbia, dude, it's going to be dynamite.
In the Columbia, it's going to be sick, dude. I'm stoked to run it out there. But I haven't gotten bit on it yet this year. Actually, no, I take that back. I did get bit on it. It was downriver steelhead.
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
So I did get bit on it.
Yeah.
Yes, we do carry the colored coon shrimp.
Yep, in the Addicted shop, guys. We already answered that next one down, Clint. You do any bobber dogging? Not typically for springers.
No,
I mean, some guys do on some of the bigger rivers, guys. There's definitely some dudes that are bobber dogging on some of the bigger rivers where they're running sleds. But you don't see it near as much for springers because a lot of times, guys, especially in the conditions that we have, these springers just go right immediately to the deepest hole and they just sit there.
It's hard to bobber dog through a big, deep, boily spot.
Yeah.
It just
tough. Doesn't work.
Yeah, no.
But if all of a sudden we get a big rise in one of the rivers or waters or whatever, and you can bobber dog, yeah, it definitely works, and guys do it. But it's not typically a thing that guys do for springers.
Yeah, no, definitely not a thing that you'll see in either of our boats.
You can get the top one. You can torch, Clint. Get rid of that one.
Is baitcaster or spinning reel preferable? Wouldn't a baitcaster be much harder to toss your bobber in gear?
So not really, guys, because you're using heavy stuff normally. You're using heavier stuff so you can cast it with a bait caster. And the reality is that's what I used to think. For literal years, I was like, I am never switching to a bait caster. This is the stupidest thing ever. I'm not going to be able to cast my setup at all. And then Jason forced me to use bait casters this year. And what I realized is it's just not the case. There's been so many advances now in casting reels and stuff.
Oh, goodness.
You can cast pretty light stuff.
Dude,
I can cast a fixed float.
That's what I mean.
When a bait caster has an internal braking system, it is a complete game changer.
Yeah.
it
I mean,
turns
definitely,
full
if
for
that's something
Yeah,
that
ask Colt about that.
yeah,
We're fishing with Colt, dude,
Dude,
on the river. This is a
no.
funny story, guys. We're fishing with Colt, and he's casting his bait caster like pretty good.
yeah.
Like he's doing, but every once in a while we're seeing him kind of backlash it or mess it up. I'm like,
Oh.
how are you backlashing that thing, dude? He'd been running it. I'd given him the bait caster like 9 months ago. He'd been running it the whole time without any brakes on, no internal brakes, nothing, just running the thing.
Bro,
So Jason popped him off.
So I grab it, right? Because I'm like, oh, this is my rod. I'll just or I wanted to try that 8 to 17, the 10-6.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I'll fish it. I freaking and it's just instant
No.
like freaking backlash. I'm like, Colt, what is going on with this thing? I should be able to freaking rip this thing out there. I was like, how many brakes do you have on in this thing? He was like, I don't know. I freaking pop open the side cap. None of them are on. I'm like, oh, click, 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 6 brakes. Whew, I cast it like 60 yards.
Yeah,
like,
and he told
no
me like
problem.
the next 2 weeks were just amazing using that.
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Definitely having an internal braking system.
Leave it to frickin' smolt.
Oh, I know. Having that internal braking system on a bait caster can change the game for you. It basically turns it into cast, release your thumb to where you don't even have to hover your thumb on the line right before it hits the water, just like we do with our spinning reels. Stop it. You just touch your thumb on that spool, splays it all out there, and you're dialed.
You're rolling.
You're rolling, and
You
it's
are
not.
hunting.
It's not I have to open my bail, mend, pick up line, open my bail again, do the same thing over and over and over. It's literally cast, click.
Center pin for dummies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
No,
sure.
it's
super
more
simple.
effective.
Super simple.
Yeah.
I love it. If guys can fish with a bait caster, even if they can't, I've converted a lot of people from spin gear to bait casters. I mean, example right here. I mean,
You
Yeah,
can't
you
change
like-
his mind on much.
It's
Yeah.
funny too. You go in my garage now, and it's like all my spinning, like literally, because I'm horrible at putting my stuff away. It's just out,
yeah.
and all my stuff, they're just all bait casters now. It's like I don't even have any spinning reels rigged up or anything anymore.
Dude, it's insane.
Oh.
Once you get dialed on those things, it's like, why would I do it any other way?
I still will, like when we were fishing, like for example, when it was super low and clear, and I wanted to fish just one jig with one fixed flow, I was still using my spinning.
That's where the spin reel comes into play,
yeah.
for sure.
But that was like the only scenario all year long that I used it like that.
Yep.
So cool, guys. Let's get one more little prize pack going. I think in the essence of talking about bait, we might as well give away some Procure Cure right here. What is this one? The UV Glow. Have you ever used this one?
Dude, that one's a good one. Super good. Super easy cure, and it makes a really good, durable egg. And you can make them wet, you can make them dry, you can make them a medium, kind of gooey egg. I've started messing with that one quite a bit over the last couple of years, and it's one of my top 5. I really like it.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Well, brand new bottle. Someone's going to get it, and then we're going to also give away another short bus flasher. And to top it off, because you guys hung out with us all night, we're going to give away a Kokanee cut plug as well, Gold Diver Down. So thank you guys so much for tuning in with us tonight. Do not forget, like I said, mark your calendars for those bashes. And yeah, summer drop will be coming up, guys. Sometime in June, probably the summer drop. We got some cool stuff we're working on for that as well. So stay tuned for summer drop.
Nice. Griffin, you got anything else open for the year?
Yeah, you guys got any trips open?
I've got like 5 days left for Spring Chinook. I am dang near booked.
So now tell these guys, I already saw a couple of people asking that tuned in later that didn't know who you were. So say one more time who you were and then talk about what you can do.
Yeah, no, so I'm Griffin Marks. I run On the Mark Guide Service, all Tributary guided trips, and I chase everything running pretty much 12 months out of the year. So right now through the end of May, I'm targeting Spring Chinook, and like I said, I've got 5 days left open. So
What about summer steelhead? You're doing summer steelhead this year, aren't you?
I am doing summer steelhead this year. I'm off the saltwater. So
Nice.
that's a really, really, really fun fishery. Very, very hands-on, and there is nothing better than watching a summer run.
100% coming to do that with you.
Yes, you are. There's nothing better than
For
sight
sure.
fishing a summer
It's
run
just my
and
favorite.
watching it dig your coon shrimp out of the gravel.
Yeah,
It is. Oh, so stoked.
Definitely want to do that for you. So how do they get a hold of you, Griffin, if they want to go fishing?
You can either hit me up on Instagram or Facebook at On the Mark Guide Service, or shoot me a call or text at 360-580-6950.
Cool.
Sweet.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate you tuning in. What are we going to talk about? What are we doing next week?
I don't know. What do
Is
you
Cam
guys?
back?
What do you guys think we
Yeah,
should
he'll be
talk
back.
about next week?
Yeah.
But to touch on my available dates, I do have some summer on steelhead dates available. I am fully booked for spring Chinook. I do have a couple of afternoon trips available if that's something that
Yes,
you want
we'd
to do. So I would say get a hold of me at 360-608-9074 or head over to my website at steelobsession.com, fill out a trip request form, and just mention down below in the note that you would like to participate in an afternoon spring Chinook trip. Those are usually 3 to 5 hour trip, a little bit shorter than the day trips, but yeah, definitely available. And sometimes that evening bite can be just as good, if not better, than the morning bite. So don't miss out.
I usually like it because a lot of the people are gone. I don't have to wake up at freaking 1 in the morning.
Well, and a lot of those holes get rested for hours.
Yep.
I mean, think about it.
And if you can play a tide. Ooh.
Yeah. I mean,
What are you talking about, dude? We don't talk about that.
Didn't tell them which tide.
no. Let
I
me
said
let me
tide.
know if you guys want to get out. Definitely have some afternoon trips. And summer steelhead is right around the corner, so do not sleep on that fishery. I'll be doing that all the way through, basically all the way through July until I leave for Alaska. So yeah, get a hold of me.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'll say I'm running summer steelhead all the way through September, and we have good fishing all the way through
I'm
September.
gonna be hopefully doing some of this and some of this in this fall. Spinning 360s, bro.
360 guiding. I saw a couple of people asking if you had any open seats, Clint.
Yeah, low hole guide service.
No open seats.
That
Oh
sucks,
my
man.
gosh, dude.
It's
Don't
it's
open
good
that.
stuff,
Oh my
man.
gosh.
It's good.
It's a good base gear.
Yeah, good baits.
Just
All right,
simple, easy, effective.
let's hit it. Let's hit it. Let's do it.
Todd wants to go fishing.
Randomizer. Todd, hit me up, man.
Your dad.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Todd Knudsen. All right, Pops. Let me know.
All right, there you go. Corey Gilmore. Corey, congrats, man. You won a short bus flasher, a kokanee cut plug, and some Cure from ProCure. So shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Include your name, your address, and let us know what you won.
I didn't even see the comment pop up. I was like, all right, where's the name, Clint?
All right, everyone. Appreciate you. Before we leave, like I said, what do you guys want to cover next week? What should we cover? Go to new comments, Clint. What should be the subject next week, guys? And it's got to be something probably springers. We got to talk salmon, talk something salmon. What do you guys think? What should we talk about? What do you guys want to learn about next week? Or is there like a special guest? Is there someone that you want us to try to get in here?
Yeah.
Somebody commented Jared.
Higginbotham? We might be able to make that happen.
That would be cool. I haven't seen Big Man in a while. I always enjoy his presence.
Sockeye? I don't know, Richard. That's a little early for that, dude.
Yeah, let's wait on that one.
Outdoor Nerd says bass. I don't know about that one, dude. Columbia River Summer Steelhead Tactics. I like that. We do have a Columbia River opener coming in May 16th, right?
That is coming up, yeah.
Curing shrimp with Keith Archer. That could be a cool one.
We should bring him in. You know what? I like that idea a lot, actually.
That can pertain to summer steelhead and springers too.
I do like that a lot.
Combo.
Maybe we need to bring Mr. Archer in.
Procure team, boat fishing springers when it reopens.
Herzog.
Yeah, we do. It's been a while since we've had Herzog in here.
Marlin.
We should bring on. Have we ever had Cody Herman?
Not in.
We should bring him in. I don't know why we've never had him in here. Big Dave and Popoff definitely need to come in here. We need to get. Here's what I need you guys to do. How many people are watching right now? There's about 150 of you watching. If you guys are on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, go message Big Dave and Popoff. Every single one of you, go message them and just say, when you coming on the Addicted live feed? Just say, when are you coming on the Addicted live feed? I need you guys to. They need each. Big Dave
Spam
and
them.
Popoff need to at least get 50 messages.
Spam them.
And if you can't find Big Dave, it's Big Dave Fishing Adventures on Instagram and Facebook. And Popoff is just Nick Popoff. He has a personal account, so you can go get him up.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, Cody is cool. That would be fun. I see a few people saying Keith. That's definitely got voted on 5 or 6 times, so it might have to be Keith. We'll have to see if Keith can make it in here. All right. I think we got some good ideas.
I agree.
Yeah.
You guys probably got to get up early tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you guys so much.